looking at this a little closer, even though the cabin filter tray is metal, it does look like it'll come off, which may just give us the extra bit of clearance we need to get our hand down the back. So this one wasn't even latched, but it's supposed to be kind of a push and a turn on these things.
Yep.
So that one's out already, this one was not. So like that, and then this will gently come out. Awesome.
And that cabin filter needs replaced.
Yeah, a little bit. So that's a lot more than 3 screws. So you were just talking about that cover.
That was just the cover. So there is 4 Torx screws.
I think that is going to give us what we need if we can figure out how to get the rest of this stuff off of here. How do you suppose that comes off? Just like, oh, should be just slide up a little bit, huh?
That's what I thought too. You can just open it and take it out.
I don't want to do that if we, oh, okay. I don't want to do that if we can avoid it, but I don't see how else to get.
That'll work.
Not ideal, but it works. Let's do that to try and keep stuff somewhat organized.
So we need 4 Torx screws. Don't know what size.
Well, I can find that out pretty quick. T30. Kind of like tree fitty. And we're going to make life faster.
By using the good old impact wrench.
Which really you shouldn't do if you don't know the condition of the threads, but
looks like it's aluminum into aluminum, so.
Hey.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that? I can see the clamps. It's amazing when you actually have information on how to do things. That's 2 of them now. I don't know about the 3rd one, but we should be able to at least see it now.
Is it still going to be easier to pull that guard off?
Which?
This guy, because I see the second piece there. Might make your life easier.
Potentially, yeah. The problem now is going to be the 3rd one, this one, because it goes around and in the back of the engine, I think. So I don't know how you would ever access it. Oh, this comes out of here too. Oh, we're golden. See these?
Wow.
Wow.
Are they the same? T30 Torx?
Probably, yeah. But let's get this. See if we can get that.
That's an awful sound, isn't it?
Yes, that's an awful sound.
That's the neighbor's donkey.
Donkey. It's not Bombay the donkey donks. Oh, come on. Caressing. I don't want to put it back in. You can put it back in. You can put it back in.
It's not going back in.
It's not going back in. Oh, look how much room we got now.
Well, do you even need to take that back panel off?
Probably. Just because that one that goes around the back still can't really see where it goes. I can feel it now, but yeah, I think we should take that off.
All right.
I don't think there's anything holding it now except for these 2, I think.
Wiring back there is looking pretty rough.
It's that foam tape insulation that's disintegrating. All right, that's not supposed to be like that. It's just a seal, I think. But so, let me see the flashlight again now. Oh yes. I still can't tell where this hose mounts. Somewhere in there. Oh yeah, there it is. We might have to get really creative with mirrors.
For what, camera work or just for you?
For us to be able to see it. But let's get these two off now. So, this thing I wish would just move out of my way just a little bit would be good, without hurting the wires. That's probably worse if anything. I guess that's not bad. So we're gonna undo these ones first. Oh. Apparently, according to my German guy at least, he thinks that those screw clamp ends are not original, even though that its Rain is the same one that you got, right? It's supposed to be OEM.
Yep.
So I don't know if these have already been changed or what.
Well, Rhine is like another subsidiary of the OEM for these pipes. It's technically a different company that made the original ones,
Right.
but they have the same parent company, if that makes any sense to you.
Well, it's just unfortunate if these ones have been replaced that we're now replacing them again, but
They might have put like Febby ones on or something, cheap ones. Well, even
Oh. Where's the pan?
It's not in here.
Yeah, I know. Right on the creeper. Okay, see if you can hold that or set it up somehow here.
So we removed that, and as you know, we started having coolant fly out of it.
So much for draining it beforehand.
Well, that was like when we took that one rabbit to scrap and we took a hose off and it just dumped coolant everywhere.
Yeah.
So the next one's back here.
I'm gonna do the other end of that one and get it out of the way.
Oh, it's not gonna focus, is it? This camera hates
Come around,
focusing.
maybe, I don't know if it's better from the side or what.
Focus. Focus. There.
Focus, locus. Come on. I could be using the socket and the ratchet for this. It should be easier probably than... So, getting the clamp loose is one thing, but then getting the rubber loose from the heater core is something different entirely. Well,
Holy smokes, this is not very nice to hold the camera.
no. Yeah, right. Try to get a hold of that sucker. The hose doesn't seem like it's that right out, but it does not want to come off of there.
Well, you can use a screwdriver to kind of push it off.
Yeah, I was trying. There's nothing to push against is the challenge.
That's how I got the radiator one off.
Yeah. There's nothing to push against is the problem because the hose is just over the metal pipes. So the only way I think it's going to come off there is to rotate it. And I can't really get my hand on it to do so. This is what this is actually for. Is you shove it under the...
I didn't find it worked very well for me. But it might work better on those than what I was trying to use it on. Lifting the whole towel up.
Well, starting to go. Ah, that's tight again. Not helpful. She's barking it. Ah.
There it is.
Victory is
Of
ours.
course, you guys can't see it.
Victory! They can see over there. Yeah, I don't think this hose is super old, but it is kind of chewed up there from the clamp. So we're working back down here again now. And then,
You pulled the wrong thing.
I pulled the wrong one. I thought this was that second one. So this one actually is the one that's going in the back of the engine, which is fine. It has to come off anyways.
So what, the third one then?
This long one is that second one. So this is really confusing. So top is left.
Okay, center is back of engine.
Center, yes, middle of the three. We should just do it. We should do it as 1 and 2 on these things,
okay,
and 1 and 2 on those things. But so 1 is 1, 2 is engine, and this reservoir is the second one on the firewall.
Okay.
So this one's got to come off now, which is one of those spring
clamps. I'm sure it's in the
spring clamp style ones here. Did you find that you had to pull them all the way off?
Yes. Well, not necessarily. Only one of them. One of them popped off actually.
That's the way that's supposed to come off there.
That's the way the cookie comes.
That's the way. I like it. Now we got to fight with this thing. I think it's just an over center tab here, like that. That's stuck to the hose.
I can kind of see BMW's jeans.
Like that.
There's still
And
more
then
coolant in there.
out of this one. Oops. Out of this one. And then this one. Oops. 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 Ta-da.
There it is.
So there's that long one that's got a gear clamp on one end and a spring clamp on the other end. Again, it doesn't look like it's in too bad a shape. But
There's going to be no way we can film this next section, but we're going to try to see if we can show you guys what we're working down here.
tip the GoPro up a little bit on the end. Yeah, try that. So looking in, lift it a little, put your handle lower, yeah. So looking in the mirror, I don't know if you can see where that elbow pipe goes in towards the engine. It's just a spring clip style clamp like the other end of the last hose we did. So I can see looking in the mirror where the end of it is that we have to pull up. The challenge is going to be getting a tool in there. So we're not going to be able to film this, but maybe Mitch will set up the tripod just as an overview while he holds the mirror for me, and I'm going to try and release that spring clip. Now it's a matter of getting the sucker off of there. It's going to be a gigantic pain in the ass. Come on, elbow. There we go. There she goes. No sweat. Ta-da.
There you go. Finally got that out.
Pain in the ass.
Getting the new one in is going to be a real good time.
No. No.
So, the next one I guess is the radiator hose, lower one. Or are we not quite there yet?
I guess. Oh no, we still got this one here. That one there, which goes down to there, underneath. But the release is actually right there, I think. Maybe. Apparently not. No, that's pulling it from the side instead of, I think. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I think that's pulling it from the side. We could just pull it right off, that works too, I guess. Oops. It's in the coolant pan now. And then this one should be, oh, come on, why are you not going there? Come on. Ta-da. A little bit of persuasion. Of course, if that didn't move, it would help. There she goes. God. A good exercise of bashing the knuckles. So, where did the lower one go now? There it is. Probably gonna have to do that one from below, but you should be able to film it from there.
You can get under there.
Yeah. Hand me the big screwdriver there.
Nah.
Ta-da.
Oh, it's out.
Ta-da.
I didn't really see anything from up here. So.
Ta-da. Oh.
More cool.
This one is very much done. See, the rubber's all bloated from oil. Beauty.
You don't really like the slide very
Maybe
much.
it's actually this part that goes to.
There we go.
And then the bottom one, I have to reach down through here like I did the last time. So I'm gonna get this too. That. And then come on. God.
You guys probably can't see that.
Oh
very
my
well.
goodness. I can't even see it, so I can't imagine that.
I can see it perfectly, so maybe if I set the camera where my eyes are.
Come on. Oh God. There she goes. Alright. And then I should be able to take that one out from the bottom, no sweat. Like I did before. It's probably gonna dump coolant. Over my arm. Good.
And on that one, that sensor has to come out, and we have an O-ring for that.
Have to replace or change the sensor over. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so
It's probably better to pull it out from below than to try and bring it
where
out.
did it go?
It's still there. Part of it anyway.
Okay. That wasn't a very good sound. I'll just snap the clamp closed. That's all it was.
Alright, and there it is.
So we have to change the sensor. So we're just going to put on this lowermost one first, get it done and out of the way, and then we'll investigate flushing the heater core a little bit before we start putting everything else back together. So I'm trying to figure out how the routing of this was supposed to go. is going on the right direction, right?
Maybe it's the other way.
It shouldn't matter, and I don't think I can't make it rotate 180 degrees. So it's gotta go this way. I got it on there the first time, why won't it go on now? Yeah, it has to go that way for the bends and the hoses, so it's gotta be on the right track. Well, maybe what I can do is take this off without losing it. Well, that's pretty close based on that. I think the other side was going in, it's just this side that won't. Without breaking anything. Let's see if I can get this thing back on here now without losing it. There we go. Ta-da! Only took 3 times longer than it should have. Clips in on both sides. Hunky dunky. Okay. That was way more complex than it should have been.
It always is.
Now for the other one that I can't even get a hold of.
I don't think you can see it from up here.
They did it grading it again.
No, it's a tractor. I think they're fertilizing the field. So the only option for this one might be to use a long screwdriver and a hammer and gently tap it on. I don't know if I can get a hand around it at all.
Down. Show them what you're looking at. Camera.
Right there. That is our new hose and the junction to the end of the rad tank, I believe it is. But you got a pipe in the way on the lower side here, and you got frame rail in the way on the upper side, so there's really no way to get your hand around the coupler, so I'm not sure really what to try to do that way. So there's really nothing to pry on, so I'm probably gonna have to do like I said with a screwdriver. I don't have a hammer here, but we can use a makeshift one, I guess, at the same time as not hurting the plastic on the new fitting. I don't know if that'll work or not. I guess what I could do to make our lives easier is pull the spring up. Shouldn't have to, but come on, get your ass in there. Now it should slide on relatively easily. If I can get a hold of it. Oh, wow. That is brutal. I don't know how this...
I'm sure you can't get your hand in there.
No, I don't know how that airbox pipe comes out. If it came out of there, that would be way easier, but I don't know how it pops off its end. Just like that. Can you pop it out of that accordion?
Yeah, I can. Be ready to grab it.
Perfect. So I should be able to muscle that on there. Ta-da! Installed. Now we get to fight that accordion back into place.
So we're gonna cut to do that. We're back. Okay, we're live.
So we're just going to use these old heater core hoses. One of them on the one side down into the coolant pan, and Mitchell's going to observe it. And the other one on the other side for me to pour some more distilled water down and see if the heater core is plugged, number one. Because we weren't getting any heat out of the car at all back in the colder months. So I'm just going to gently start pouring some water down there and see if anything happens, if it starts backfiring up here at me or what.
It's coming out the other end.
There you go, but
Water, a little bit of green in it. It's now just water.
full stream.
Yep, full stream. Oh, it's
Still just water?
yeah.
Alright, so there's nothing wrong with the, well, I shouldn't say that, I guess. There is fluid circulating through the heater core. Now, if the little tiny tubes from one side of it to the other are plugged, I guess there has to be at least one of them open if the water's going through, but it's just like a radiator. It's exactly the same thing. It's a miniature radiator, so if the little teeny tubes that go from one tank to the other are plugged up, then you're not going to get any heat out of it. But the next thing I would say, like, that seems pretty good. So the next thing is probably that there's a flap under the dash that will change from covering the heater core to covering the air intake. And if the flap is like the Mark II's, it's covered in foam. And the foam disintegrates and disappears, and then there's nothing directing the air.
Yeah.
So that could be potentially a problem. I'm looking at, this is a door here.
That's just the blower there.
That's a air control door, and there's one on that side as well. So actually here, if we probably do it from here.
Yeah, the one door opened. The other door's open too.
It's got two fans. Is that what there's a fan in that side too?
There is.
I don't know, you have to do some research on how that heater core works. I'm guessing that well, maybe it's ahead of that. Because looking at those aluminum pipes, they go in down underneath the fan box and keep going inside, so the heater core could be
It's under the dashboard. You
underneath
have to move
even
it.
further. So it could still be there's another door down deeper that's not actually directing the air properly anymore. If it's going to be a summer car, then not as big of a deal. So, but I don't think there's anything seriously wrong with the heater core based on the amount of flow you were getting out of there.
So you were getting full flow.
So I would say let's continue with putting the new hoses on and get it back together.